I've decided to start a new segment called Book Reviews That Nobody Asked For, where I will be reviewing books that nobody typically reviews. Today we're going to start with The Golden Girls, Goodnight Girls by Samantha Brooke and illustrated by Jen Taylor. Normally what I would do is just review the book, but since this is a children's book, we have enough time to actually go through the book, and of course the art is part of the appeal. So here is the picture. This is Blanche, Rose, and Dorothy. They are going to have a sleepover. And this is Ma, and you see the Golden Girls there. My only thing I would say about this is, would Blanche really be eating that much pasta? I would think that she would have a smaller portion than everybody else, but, you know, kids' book. Your next 2 pages. It's getting late, girls. Finish up your cheesecake, Ma says. It's time for bed. And here's our cheesecake page. I have no complaints. It is a sexy looking cheesecake. But the girls do not want to go to bed. They are having too much fun. And there are the girls having too much fun. Props to the crescent moon in the background. Big fan of that. Here are your next 2 pages. Dorothy, Blanche, and Rose want to play dress up. Stop fooling around, Ma says. It's time for bed. And here is that page. And of course, a shout out to the fact that they have Dorothy down here in the Cher outfit from the show. The episode where Estelle Getty and B. Arthur dressed as Sonny and Cher. Absolutely beautiful reference. But Dorothy doesn't listen. She takes out a game. And here she is playing the game where you try to get all the money in the wind tunnel. Props to them using an actual 1980s looking style vacuum cleaner. That was a nice touch. Then the girls start singing. All right, save the song for tomorrow, Ma says. It's time for bed. And here's that picture, which of course that piano pops up a couple of times in a couple of the episodes for various reasons. But Blanche wants to make something with clay first. No comments on that page. Excellent. And the girls can't go to bed before dancing. Knock it off, girls, Mom says. It's time for bed. And here are those 2 pages. Of course, this is just like some nice 80s style attire for them to dance in. But I'd like to talk about this page. Can we talk about the focus on B. Arthur's face there? Right there. Look at the focus on her face as she is taking Betty White for this spin. Also, bonus points to Betty White and Rue McClanahan down here in the Broadway style attire. Then our 80s page with Ma saying, knock it off, it's time for bed. But the girls need to say goodnight to Miles and Stan first. I was originally going to say, why is Dorothy calling Stan? She hates Stan, but look at the look on Dorothy's face. B. Arthur is having absolutely none of it, and I am here for it. Enough already. Everyone into the bathroom to wash up, Ma says. Them all getting ready, and you can see our girl over here with her face mask. Very Blanche, very Blanche. The girls love their bath, and this is a 2-pager. It's everybody in the bath with Ma. I'm not sure why Ma is in her shower cap, since she's not in the tub right now. But, you know, it is what it is. Okay, get ready for your story, girls, Ma says. It's time for bed. And here's her telling them it's time for bed with the story. You can see down here that Rose already has a book out. Rose starts reading a story about a cow, a chicken, and a one-eyed pig. Everybody groans. And we have our cow, our chicken, and our one-eyed pig. The only complaint I would have about this page is there was no mention of back in St. Olaf, which is crazy considering what you're about to see on the next page. You would think they would have made that reference. That was kind of a missed opportunity to not have a back in St. Olaf reference there. The next page, which is another 2-page illustration. Let me do the storytelling, Ma says. It's time for bed. Picture it. Sicily, 1909, she begins. So there's everybody. I love how Dorothy is just done with everything. Every facial expression Dorothy makes in this book is glorious. But we have our back in Sicily reference on this page, but they missed the back in St. Olaf reference on the previous page, which I think was a missed opportunity. Still an excellent book. The end. Now close your eyes, Ma says. It's time for bed, Golden Girls. And there's all the Golden Girls in bed. And of course, I think you know what I'm about to say about this page. Blanche usually entertains people this time of night. Although, granted, she probably does it over at their places or a hotel more often than not. But it is canonical she has had people over, so surprised they're all sleeping together. And the final page, finally, it's time for more cheesecake, Ma says, then back to bed. And here we have Sophia here absolutely digging into this cheesecake. Look at that purse. Is that clutch not clutch? Look at that. That is glorious. I could definitely see Estelle Getty rocking that. So that is The Golden Girls, Goodnight Girls by Samantha Brooke and illustrated by Jen Taylor. Overall, I would give this book, for its mere, the fact that it exists, it gets a 10 out of 10. Trying to give it a little bit more of a critical analysis, I would give it an 8.5 out of 10. I really wish they'd have made the Back in St. Olaf reference, especially since they already made the next page over the Picture at Sicily reference. And then I understand having the girls want to call people, right? That's one more thing to do before bed, but Dorothy calling Stan, never going to happen. And granted, she had an exasperated look on her face, but because of that, I give it an 8.5 out of 10, but just its mere existence is a 10 out of 10. Would recommend. My wife got this for me as a stocking stuffer at Target last year, so I assume they still have it at Target. Highly recommend. Comment if you're interested in another book review that nobody asked for, a particular book. I have 2 more in mind for certain in this series, and they are radically different than this, and I can assure you it is something that people are not looking for a review for, but I'm going to review it anyway. Hope you all have a beautiful day.